Hello my friends, and welcome back to a new season. Welcome back to 2023. Welcome back to January. I'm so excited to be here with you for this new year with this new energy and to set properly together this new year and share a little bit of how this year is going to look like and what I'm planning, what I'm deciding on, and maybe inspire you as well in return. Take this perspective. What was in 2022 that was good, what you can take with you, what you can leave behind as lessons, and what you can change for the new year. For those of you who are here for the first time, my name is Miruna and I share bits and pieces of my life here in Munich, Germany, my journey of how I'm learning and how I'm creating my dream life, and all the beautiful lessons in between. Now, as a start to my video, I want to do a very small recap of the last year because I didn't have the time to do this, and catch a little bit with what happened in between Christmas and now. 2020 was a very interesting year, and I will say that I manifested nothing, almost nothing from what I set in the beginning of the year on my dream board. However, I will say that I think I manifested and I experienced something that I didn't even imagine. In the beginning of the year, I was working in a marketing agency, kind of material achievements that I wanted, like moving into a better upgraded apartment or going whatever trips to exotic places, still on my list. Grade my equipment for my filming, for everything, so my devices, so really a lot of things. But in the meantime, I lost my job. You can watch more here. In the middle of the year, and I was a little bit lost from there. And actually that was the moment when things started to change dramatically for me. And although it was a very gray period of time that I didn't know how to navigate, I didn't know how to deal with, now looking back, I can say that it was one of the most transformative periods of my life. I am not fully understanding and I'm not feeling, and I didn't fully integrate all the lessons in which way this year, this last month changed me, but I can honestly say that something very deep inside me shifted like never before. I was forced to navigate my deepest fears, how it is to live without a stream of income, how it is to still keep your vibration high, to manifest things, to attract things into your life. And actually this period of time was the moment when I focused so much on what I had and how I can do the best with what I have. Over the last 6 months, I focused all my energy on the things that I always wanted to do, but I never really focused and committed 100%. So for example, I decided to travel a little bit more and to really invest into creating my brand around travel, because I always dreamt about this. I always wanted to do something like this. I just never had the courage to start, never trusted fully that I have to say something in this area. Germany last summer offered a €9 ticket for the whole month with unlimited transport throughout the city and in the regional area, so with the regional trains. So it was really nice because I got to explore. I had the time, I didn't have to pay extra for the cost, and I was just like exploring every single week something new, like a lake or a city, or just going for an adventure. And this really was one of the most beautiful times of my life. I really felt like I didn't have to think about so much my next steps. I was just like dwelling in the moment and thinking, what would I love to do going on with my life? I basically explored and wrote down a lot of ideas that would be interesting. Honestly, it was a lot of exploration the last 2 years, but specifically last year. Ideas of business, ideas of projects, ideas of how to make money, how to network. So it feels like I really set the foundations for something really interesting that will probably come to fruition this year. At the same time, I was also, of course, looking for my next career opportunity, because I really do feel that I want to explore this area as well. And I realized that I have to learn everything and tackle this job search and how to get a new job from the perspective of someone who has never done this, because I never did this before. Myself to success, to learn how to get interviews, to learn how to network, to stay open, to learn from other people, to understand how different industries work. Last but not least, I think a big part of my energy went into learning to create habits and to create consistency, because I've always struggled with this. I was never seeing myself as consistent, and I was really annoyed by this, that I could not be disciplined, especially because, you know, when you want to achieve something, you need this consistency, you need this discipline, even if you just change a little bit from day to day. But I started with creating a set of goals that I wanted to achieve every single day. So small habits like creating 2 videos per day, or networking, or learning German even for just 1 hour, or doing a little bit of movement, sport, whatever. I just created this set of 6, I think, items that I wanted to achieve every single day. And even though I didn't do it fully every single day, it still helped me to focus and to not get distracted, and it gave me like a small purpose and a very nice achievement result at the end of the day. Like, okay, look, you achieved all these things. I always felt better at the end of the day. Probably one of the biggest lessons from last year was something that I discussed with my boyfriend, because I'm now in the middle of something manifesting, and I'm really happy to share it as soon as it's settled. But I was always feeling unprepared, and I was always feeling overwhelmed with the next steps and the big image. Like, I cannot handle it, I'm not good enough, I cannot be the person for something, for this project that people want me to be. I wasn't feeling really confident in myself, and I was telling him that, you know, it's also the German, it's also that I have to really get out of my comfort zone with everything if I want to get to this big next step in my life. And his answer and his perspective really helped me, and I'm so grateful for his wisdom. He just told me, you know, you don't have to be prepared for the end result and for this very big change, because I don't think someone ever is prepared for something when it's coming. But maybe you should just focus on just the next step that is right in front of you, and get prepared as much as you can for that. If you have to do a presentation in German about yourself, prepare it. Don't think that you have to prepare now 10 presentations about 10 different projects. It's just that one thing. And somehow something changed inside my brain when he told me this, because he was right. We spend so much time thinking about all the things in front of us, and we spend so much time getting scared and not living in the present and making worries, instead of just giving it 100% to one single thing that we have to do good in the next period. Then when we reach that, we can focus on the next one, and then on the next one, and so on. And without realizing, something is changing, something is shifting, and we are moving from point A to point B, and all of a sudden we are in a very new paradigm. We're in the new dream life manifestation, or even closer than we think. Something shifted, however, during Christmas time, and it was really the period after we finished the gratitude challenge. You can watch more about it here if you're new, or if you want to catch up and just start doing it. It was during the Vlogmas time. This period really increased my vibration, and I didn't think that it will, because it was really low when we started, but I really continue to do it. I'm actually still doing it, so I hope you are as well, the ones that went on the path with me, because it's such a powerful method that things started to change dramatically. And it was, I think, around Christmas, or right before Christmas, when I started to receive some new opportunities in my life, something that I never dreamt about before, honestly. 2023 is receiving me with open arms, and I feel that it's really going to be a good year. I feel this deep down, looking forward for it. And this is some of the things that I'm doing, and that I advise you to do it as well, to set the right start of the year, to set your goals, to set your priorities, and to have this high vibration from the very beginning on. So there are 3 things that I'm going to do this year, and the first one is actually the one that I mentioned before, to keep those few small habits every single day as a practice and as a commitment to yourself, to help you focus on what you want to achieve. For example, if your goal is to be fit, because this is going to be my example for this year, it's really one of my main priorities. Try to think what would be so little that you can do every single day to help you stay active and to help you get in that mindset that you are doing something for your goal. You can set as a goal to do like 5 minutes abs challenge, or you can set as a goal to take a walk every single day outside, or simple movement. By step, you will start to create this mindset that you are getting fit, that you are getting into your best version of yourself, and you will feel proud of yourself. Your big goal, try to split it into very smaller parts that you can do every single day and create those small routines. Number 2 on my list, and I absolutely love this. I'm a fan of decluttering, of starting fresh. I would say a big declutter at the beginning of the year, as you are entering with new energy, with new purpose, with new goals. It's something that can help you ditch the old energy out and welcome some new energy in. This is actually something that I did today, and again, you can watch more in the video above. I took all the papers, I took all the gifts, I took all the vouchers, all the old documents that I had, and just did a little bit of a cleanup. You can do the same with your kitchen, you can do the same with your clothes. Basically, you can do the same with your whole house. I also did it in between holidays with my phone. It was full of videos after Vlogmas because I filmed a lot. I created so much content, so I felt the need to just delete some old photos, old videos that I was no longer using, and to create space for the new energy. And now my phone is actually looking and working better. Now the third practice that I'm doing, and this might be my favorite, and it's something new that I'm going to share with you today, is to create a list with 111 wishes for this year. So 111 things that you want to achieve, that you want to do throughout this year, like a New Year's resolutions. I think you should just take any notebook that is very beautiful, that is very nice, that has a nice color or something, a cute design, and just create this list without overthinking it. Trust me, by the time you are at number 20 or 30, you are already going to be asking yourself like, what else can I wish? The idea of this list, and I saw it at one of my favorite creators doing it, and I really loved it. The idea is to kind of push yourself to find beautiful things, big and small, that you can focus on this year. Now, the tendency at the beginning is to write all the big manifestations that you want to do for this year, but then as you go along and you'll be like, okay, what else can I wish for? You can come up even with small things. For example, I will read for you some of the things that I wrote here in my list because I'm already in the making with it. One of my biggest manifestations is, yes, to be fit. This is what I want, one of my biggest resolutions, and also to be C1 level in German. So this is the advanced level. This is already the moment when you're like, I'm fluent in this language. They kind of feel like very big goals right now, so it's not something that I will achieve in the next 1 month. It's probably by the end of this year. But the thing is to also write things, as I said, smaller things that you can maybe achieve in 1 week or in 1 month, so that doesn't require so much energy from you. For example, one of the things that I wrote here that can be done is maybe to have like a spontaneous date night with your partner or a best friend over a brunch. So this is a really nice resolution. Even why not to have a day only for yourself? You know what, I will actually write this right now because I just came up with the idea. To have a day with yourself in which you can spoil yourself. Take yourself for a massage, or take yourself for a nice brunch or dinner or something that you really love, movies, shopping, whatever it is. So try to find also the small things from day-to-day life that can bring you joy, that can bring you this really good energy when you achieve something. It's still in the making. I'm right now, I think, at 60 or 70 until 111 wishes, but it's been such an interesting exercise of creativity. I push myself to dream a little bit bigger, because in my work with people throughout my coaching career and from discussions with my friends, I feel that people are really afraid to dream big, to really dream of their lives. They don't even know how to do this. So many times when I was working as a coach before, I was telling people, please dream yourself, imagine yourself in the best possible version, and usually that version was like so small. although for them it was really big in their heads. And I feel that your job as a coach, as someone who's inspiring someone and motivating someone, is to show these people through your own example that you can dream bigger, that there is always a next level that you can go to once you achieve something. And I think it's in our nature to stay creative, to stay inspired, to always evolve, to always look for the next thing, to always want to be more than we are. This is really human nature. And I think it's one of the most beautiful things about human experience. This is my first video of the year. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in a comment one lesson that you gathered from 2020, and please share with me one thing that you want to focus on to achieve in 2023. I'd really love to hear about your stories. I'd really love to hear about your experiences, lessons, and dreams that inspire you and motivate you. And before I leave, I would also want you to comment below what subjects, what you would like to see more from me during this year. What are the themes? What do you like so far from what you watched? What kept you engaged? This is really important feedback for me on how I will shape the content moving forward. Thank you so much for being here, and see you next time with a new video. Bye bye.
Memory lane isn't that too far away from our hearts, yeah, yeah.